I'm asking number the other question. Say a guerrilla fighter must be a defender of justice, a defender of justice, an extraordinary fighter, and a patriot. What are the qualifications for joining the ADF as a soldier?
Because we are at war, the whole concept of the ADF, like I met it because I came into the ADF, I was not part of the founding member, is there depend on political education and leadership skill for few soldiers that can be deployed, and then those soldiers they now recruit foot soldiers and train them and give them this political education. So they also do accept soldiers that are not trained but have experience with their own groups. And they spend time with those soldiers to give them our code of conduct and the proper way that they can behave, teaching them how to use proportional force, teaching them our tradition and the whole reason why we are fighting, and giving them that mindset that they are going to be leaders and they are going to be have good conduct. Of course, we have cases where some soldiers, even though you have those good treatments, they still go and they do a lot of things. But we have set in place a system that supervises them, that contacts them on a day-to-day basis. We have also created a network within the population, not just the force, that can give the leadership accurate image of what is actually going on there, so that when there is a real problem, we don't just cover it, but we can really go to the root and solve it and make sure that there is harmony. That's why you have seen that in all the areas where our camps are based, there have been no genuine protest by the population about excesses. The recent case that we have is with General Bush Rambo, that we now know that it was something that was done out of financial motivation. There is zero complaint about his conduct in Oku, and it goes the same to all of our forces across the territory. But there are some problems, there are some challenges that we have had. Soldiers who have kidnapped, actually, we have had those cases as well. We have intervened, we have been able to discipline soldiers, take away their guns, demote them, and that capability, that ability for our leadership to institute laws, to appoint generals, to kick them out, replace them, go through disciplinary committee, have ensured that our soldiers can conduct themselves in a way that will be acceptable to our people and that will project the type of image that our people want internationally. So that is what we do. The whole ideology of Dr. Cho Ayaba and his vision is the predication of colonization. That means the way we approach this our war is not just on a military front. We believe, like what Dr. Cho is saying, that the whole concept of Cameroon having legitimacy on our territory and occupies our territory is predicated on their ability to have administrators on the ground. So in areas where we have kicked out the administrator already and the military are bunkered down, we don't over consume our attention in those areas. Like in Dunga and some other areas where we have kicked out the Dios and all these colonial people, they're out. We still attack their military there, but our priority is not just the military presence, but it is the presence of the Cameroon state, which does not want to, it does not operate by it's not a military regime. So if they don't have a Dio, they don't have any civil administrator, that they are defeated already. So we will declare that that area have been defeated. Then we try to apply force on their military presence so that they remain in their base and they are unable to go out and do patrol. So we have eyes on them 24/7 in those areas. But in areas like in Dunga, Mantung, where you have had the Fulani people and all these things, there is a camp there called Wind Damage. It was an ADF camp. They have had training and they were loyal to our forces. They were being coordinated by Chairman Sheikh Kavi. And the IG came over and they bought over that camp. And they brought in this, the whole idea of the IG is they send money to the general, they send money to few people. In return, they have loyalty. They don't follow up, they don't give them mission, they don't motivate them, they don't gather intelligence, they are not really in touch. So those forces, once they have validation, this type of validation, they just lie down and they become complacent. They even lose focus of their mission, and they are more
Yeah.
focused in pleasing these guys in the IG who are not really much concerned about what is going on. If they carry action,
Mm.
fine, they announce it and they're happy. If the
Yeah.
soldiers die, they hide
Hey,
their
they
heads
don't
under
care.
the sand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So recently,
Hmm.
because of the use of Fulani men from mainly from Kano, these are active Boko Haram fighters that the Cameroon military they hire to come and fight on their behalf. We have re-engaged that region, and we have had our coordination going on there. We have carried out some attacks that have been successful, and the Cameroon military have come there with full revenge. We have lost the commander and his brother in wind damage, and our family goes down to that community. We are we have a lot of work to do there because they have been
Hmm.
dispersed. They are not in good formation. They are not taking their radar, what we call radar, properly. They have not set up the basic type of structure that our forces, the ADF barracks, will function. But we will get there. So that is what has been happening there in Bui. The whole of Bui, I can tell you now, they don't have IG. There is no IG in Bui anymore. Not the
Good.
Bui warriors. The camp of Isobu have basically dispersed. If they are talking to somebody, they will just be somebody talking over the phone. But the guys, the former guys of the Bui Warriors who are now in collaboration with us in the Bui Unity Warrior platform have all declared to us that they are not in the IG of Seseko, they are not in the IG of Sako, they are not in the IG of
I know.
Chris Ano,
Amen.
Ano
And that, yeah.
with his
That
representative
that lady.
Mariana.
Yeah.
Find me I
Yeah.
reply you, clarify you, make up. There's some people them
My
too.
God.
We they know. Let's where would they? Yes. Me general big voucher. Okay. He talk. So I be very happy for the way where you don't come up, you know. I like when some person be open, like how where you be open, so they ask question. So we for we, the Amber Restoration Forces, where would they for we? We know they pay allegiance to no man for diaspora. Yes, we be it Chris Ano, be it Sisiko, or be it Mariata or Chris or Sako. So
Yeah.
I want to make up maybe clear for una today. Say we the Amber Restoration Forces for Bush. And why we will be stuck say we don't be now with Unity Warriors.
So man, don't let for you
Okay.
because it get
Yes.
classified
That's
information.
yes. It don't be clear. Yeah.
But
It's
those are
clear.
things that we go on. You get for
Go
a lot,
on.
not be only for Bui. There are a lot of
Yeah.
forces where they be restoration forces where they just use that name. They are not under
Yeah.
when we say the IG don't have when we say IG don't have forces on the ground, we mean it because we talk with those forces on a day-to-day
Those forces.
basis. We know what we are talking about. They don't have any force on the ground.
If they
The
don't,
only
they
force they
what?
say was the brother of Oliver Lekie, who
Oliver,
is probably
Basha.
composing his next music. He's doing his next music. I should hire him to play me some music for my No Conny Talk show. But there is just no there's no force under the IG because they have
Loyal to
failed
them.
the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
The
we
people.
we pray that they should I don't know what advice I can give them, but everybody have their
Yeah.
choice. As for us
Yes.
in the ADF, we continue to do what we do best, fighting for our country, giving good
Exactly.
political education, making sure that they are in good conduct, and we'll continue to push for collaboration. We are not asking them to abandon their ARF if they don't want to, but all we ask them is don't attack your brother. It's just ridiculous that you are fighting a war with an army that is stronger than you, and you waste your energy and your weapon to go and fight your brother because
That
the
brother. Yeah.
IG wants political dominance, and they will manipulate you to do that. So they have refused, and that is what is going on. So